Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a squat and deadlift day, but a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, be greatly appreciated. Alright, today I just couldn't get my shoulders into a low bar position, so I decided to go ahead and just do some narrower stance, high bar squatting, just a traditional back squat. Now from this angle, these are looking a little high. They felt really deep when I did them. So if I'm going to mess around with a little bit of high bar squatting again, I probably need to break my camera out, practice this a little, get that side angle, and see where my depth actually is from a camera dead on, and then figure out what stance lets me get to depth. Because this definitely looks high, but it felt deep, and it's interesting. It's pretty much feels the same depth when I go, ass to grass on the belt squat machine. So probably need to sort it out. This didn't feel bad though. I just ramped up to 485, and this didn't feel bad at all. So again, I probably just need to look at it and analyze it a little closer. Fortunately for me, going deeper on those, when I can't squeeze it in deeper, I don't lose strength because it just lets me bounce off my hamstrings anyways. Yeah, I'm going to keep working the quads. I'm going to mess with those. It felt a lot better on my shoulders though. And as much as I know that low bar may give me an advantage, I just can't seem to keep my shoulders in that position. That's the thing I've noticed as I've gotten older, is just that shoulder mobility. It's not even the issue of pain per se. It is an issue of I literally physically cannot get my shoulders into certain positions, and no amount of stretching, no amount of weighted hangs, mobility work, anything really seems to make any difference there. Just is what it is. And of course what ends up happening is that afterwards, that's the thing I've noticed, is that afterwards my shoulders and chest and everything just tend to hurt after I've done the low bar squatting. All right. That's the problem I run into. Everything just hurts a lot later, even if I get in those positions. So my view on it is I need to, reevaluate what I'm doing with the squatting, because everything else has been going great in my training. Butt squats, bench is way up, deadlifts are good, deadlifts elite, bench is bordering on elite again. But the squats has just always been that fight. But at the end of the day, I've had really impressive high bar squats before. So if I have to, I'll just do that, rather than trying to chase what can we physically do, okay? And sometimes we have to accept that we're not always going to be great at everything. And for me, it might end up being squats, ironically, that becomes the issue. But, if I just work on the high bar, that will shoot way up into the 500s again too. But if I do that, I do need to sort depth a little. So what did I do with the rest of the training today? When I did that training max from the deadlift, I'm noticing I'm really not feeling the glute weakness or anything. It really does feel like mid-back and everything for me at this point. Seems to be what's taking the brunt to the deadlift, right? My hamstrings and everything are good. But I'm just going to keep training hamstrings. So I decided, look, I don't need the glute bridges at the moment. I like glute bridges, but I really need more rowing. I need more pulling. Like, if my shoulders could handle it, I'd do some pull-ups. But again, I'm worried about inflaming those shoulders again. I feel like I'm finally at a point where my shoulders are healthy, other than the low bar squatting making them hurt a little. They feel good on benching. My bench is going up. I'm not having those issues. I really shouldn't risk doing a bunch of pull-ups. Let's just do more rows. Rows carry over to my deadlift. Rows off the floor carry over to my deadlift tremendously. So I can just do rows on both days, right? Upper and lower days. Get some quality rowing in. It'll help my grip strength. It'll help build all that back. And just keep doing the other stuff that I normally do to build my deadlift. Again, pretty straightforward. Yeah, probably if I just get stronger at rows again, bring my rows up, which will bring my grip up, my back and everything, which will help me maintain a better bar path. My deadlift will probably just keep climbing back up. I pulled 615 not that long ago again, and it wasn't that bad. It was a max, but it wasn't super grindy. So I'll take that. Let's just continue to build the posterior chain up, and then work the back more, work the back in the grip. Also, again, all that hamstring work, it'll only help my squatting, especially if I do mess some with the high bar squatting with a narrower stance and I get to where I can get depth. It'll just give me squish out of the bottom. So I went ahead and did my belt squats. So I supersetted those back and forth and then finished up with belt squats and reverse hypers. But I was so fatigued. And that could be a factor too with everything. Today I just felt crazy fatigued as I got into this workout. Right? I just got crazy fatigued. Now I also wonder if on my depth is set high camera angle. I think I had the camera set a little higher. Because notice how high these look. But the other day when I was doing the same movement, same position from the side, it was really deep. I need to look at my camera angles closer. I need to make sure of what's going on there. And again, this is another reason I always tell people you need to film your training. We need to film our training. We need to know what's going on with it. We can't go by feel. We really can't. Get in and film it. But I only did 2 sets of each of these, and I'm like, I do need to get a quad pump, though I really want to finish those quads out, especially if I need to get a little deeper on those squats. I should probably do a little tendon work, a little pump work. So I ended up finishing with some leg extensions because this stuff just floored me here. I was just completely out of steam. I almost didn't want to do this second set of belt squats, but I'm like, let me just dig in and do them. And they felt better than the first set, but I'm like, I'm shot for the day. Again, I just kind of ran out of steam. And that happens sometimes. I've had a pretty intense training week. Had a lot of tonnage on everything. We moved a lot of weight this week. I really did. But look how deep those look right there. Right there at that angle. So I need to check the camera angles. I need to figure out for sure what's going on with all the squatting. But again, those look pretty good in terms of just range of motion. But it's something I may mess with it a little bit this weekend. Might be worth doing. Just breaking the camera out, getting from the side, assessing everything, finding out what's going on with all that depth. Right? Wouldn't be a bad idea. And then, of course, I did these, and I finished up with the leg extensions, and I took these all the way out to failure. Again, I just wanted to get that pump in the quads, wanted to make sure those tendons get some blood flow, because I probably should have done one more set of the belt squats, but I didn't. I got a hell of a quad pump from them, though, and a burn. So I'm like, probably is enough, but let me finish up with one set of these just to make sure. Just finishing everything out. And again, took these all the way to failure. Again, got a nice pump in the quads because I need to continue to bring my quads back up. My legs are smaller than they used to be. One reason my squat is weaker. So again, we could stand to do that. So again, I think that's what I need to do. Work on the quads a little. Get those deep belt squats in. Assess the different squat angles. But the more I mess with the low bar, the more I'm just finding it's just almost not doable with my shoulders, and I wish that wasn't the case. But it is what it is. And I spent a lot of time, a lot of years in recent years messing with hours and hours of shoulder mobility work, and just kind of shows that how useless mobility work really is. I've more or less figured this out as I've come along. Mobility work is more or less a waste of time. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.